Welcome back, guys. We are moving on to mayos. And unfortunately, my previous batch broke, so this is take two. And I'm going to be using whole eggs. So there's whole eggs, and so 2 whole eggs. I'll be using olive oil, and I've got some salt in there. You can use butter, or excuse me, you can use honey and Dijon, or some mustard if you'd like. I just don't happen to have any. But we're going to get it in here. We're going to break up the eggs, get it scrambled, and then we will start to drizzle in the oil. Now, I like to do a W pattern while I drizzle in the oil. So that's just back and forth, back and forth. But you know, whatever's comfortable for you, you can do the circle, counterclockwise, clockwise, whichever you'd like. But really what you're looking for is to get a pretty consistent drizzle into the mixture here, and make sure that you are really whisking, especially if you're going to try and do this by hand. It's a lot of whisking, okay? So looks like I actually think we might have a take 3, because it's been a while since I've done this, and I've forgotten how vigorously you really have to do it. But it's okay. We got this. If you have a blender, a hand blender, it makes it a lot easier, because you can blend this up, really get it homogenized, and then you can spray in your oil towards the end. It also helps to use both cold eggs and cold oil. I've found that helps out a lot. But the egg white, I'm hoping, will be enough to kind of set this up. And actually, we're looking pretty good here. So we'll kind of keep on going. Oh yeah, we're looking real good. So you'll start to see a shine, meaning that I have added way too much oil at one time. But that's okay. We just need to get it combined. And I need to give my right hand a break. But as you can see, we are starting to thicken up here, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So this is going to be super rich, super delicate. You don't want to add it to heat. If anything, you want to get it a little bit colder. A lot of the times, if you are starting to separate, what you can try to do is take a new set of eggs and whisk your broken product into it. But you know, working in kitchens, a lot of the times, what you want to do is just restart. It's easier to lose 2 eggs and a cup of oil than it is to lose 4 eggs and 3 cups of oil. But it looks like we're getting there. And so I just wanted to talk really quickly. Y'all might think and see the word aioli, A-I-O-L-I, on menus, and I just want you to know that traditionally a mayo is an emulsion of, both aiolis and mayos are emulsions, but a mayo is traditionally uses eggs, whereas an aioli is traditionally just garlic and oil. Kind of like a toum, T-O-U-M, which is more kind of Greek, which is the raw garlic and oil, which is it's amazing. It does need in my opinion, every time I've tasted a tome, it's needed a little bit of acid to kind of help with the bitiness of the raw garlic. But herbs, acid, all of that makes it really, really good. Keeps the vampires away, keeps your partner up at night, all those things. So when you make this for people, make sure to include the after dinner mint and the occasional toothbrush for your house guests. Okay, so as you can see, we're really starting to thicken up. It's really getting nice and emulsified. So just keep on adding oil. I don't particularly like recipes and giving you guys exactly what you need, unless it's something like scrambled eggs or a pretty bog standard like ham and cheese sandwich or turkey and cheese, right? I don't like to do that because a lot of the times cooking is by feel, and I can tell you right now, I wouldn't serve this quite yet. So just by looking at it and feeling it, I can tell you it's not there yet. We're at like the consistency of, say, Caesar, which is great, but what we're looking for is a consistency of mayo. So, which is great. Look at that. Look at it. It's coming together nicely. I'll bet you we are about half cup to 3/4 of a cup from being mayo. And so this is kind of my foolproof recipe for it. You start with a cup per egg, a cup of oil per egg. You can go you can really, depending on how thick you want your mayo, if you want it like Kraft mayo, you can add a lot of oil into it, or you can have it more saucy, depending on what you're using it on, okay? So right now we're right in between, say, a Kraft and like a Hollandaise. So we'll kind of get this a little bit thicker. And actually, you know what? I'm going to amend the recipe. It's probably around 4 cups of oil to every egg. So one large fridge cold egg, 1 quart of oil, a pinch or a half a teaspoon, 1 Josh pinch of salt, and then a teaspoon of mustard and a teaspoon of honey. And those will really kind of sweeten it up. And then if you'd like to add some flavorings, you can do that. Don't wait until the end, unless it's like a dry spice or an herb. I really think a lot of the times, if you look at like tarragon aiolis that aren't done very well, or mint aioli or cilantro aioli, a lot of the times places will make these and then not realize or not compensate for the oils, the essential oils inside of the herb itself, which tends to really alter the texture and the flavor of, say, the mayo itself. So just keep that in mind. Things like cilantro and tarragon are super, super powerful, and a little goes a long way. And the limits, the upper echelons of the limits, right? So with tarragon, it's not too much until you just go over that limit. So you'll kind of creep up on it. You won't taste it, but as soon as you put in too much, then you're going to taste it. And that's probably when it's too far. Okay. So just keep that in mind when you're making these things. But look at that. We have a nice a nice consistency in the mayo. Look at that. Probably get a little bit thicker, but if we're looking for coating the back of a spoon, that's pretty close. Yeah, and that's salt, egg, and oil. I'll tell you. Yeah, it's delicious. I recently made a mayo to go on top of some steak, and I use the beef tallow. So you can really use any fat that you'd like. Just be careful. Beef tallow, just like everything, goes a long way. I wouldn't recommend any other. I have had a chicken fat mayo before, and just be careful with pork and with like duck fat. Duck fat has a very gaminess about it. But there you go, guys. That's ready. It is room temperature, so I've got a sample or an example for you. Whole Foods mayonnaise, just to show you. See if I get it open. Now, the reason I bought this guy was to show you kind of what you're looking for as an example. But I can tell you right now, this one has canola oil, organic cage-free eggs, filtered water, organic cage-free yolks, distilled vinegar, sea salt, organic mustard, salt, lemon juice, and rosemary. So a lot more in there than what you would come to expect, or what I'd come to expect. Now, this is fridge cold, so if you look at it, it is going to be a lot more. There's a lot more oil in this, meaning that it's really set up. That's what the mustard and the mustard seed and the water and the vinegar are for. They're really to help that emulsification. If you want just a plain natural mayonnaise, go ahead and use this. Use olive oil. I don't recommend using the Graza Sizzle. It's not very tasty, and you can whatever oil you put in there will flavor. Obviously, as it's the primary component, it will flavor whatever you're using. Now, that's a really good mayonnaise. It is very bitey. It's tart. It's a little bit sour. And again, if you're looking for that Kraft mayonnaise, I'll leave a link to my recipe for it. And that's, I think, what more people are looking for, is that vinegary, rich sauce that you get from Kraft. Whether it's cold or warm, it's always going to be rich. So if you want to dip fries, if you want to put it over steak, I'd say this is probably your best bet. I like to make this. This was one of the first things I learned in culinary school, and after the first take, I remembered how to make it, or I made one successfully. But again, this is a great product. You really can't miss out. You can't go wrong, with a store-bought mayonnaise like this, especially one that's organic. But if you want to take your dinner parties and elevate your food a little bit more, elevate those sandwiches, make them top tier, go with the handmade mayos. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, subscribe, like the video, and let me know what I should do next. What do you want to see? We're well into this. I've done, I think, almost 20 videos now, some scheduled, and I'm seeing the comments. I love you guys. Just let me know down below what you think we should do next. All right. See ya.